I'm late, I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Hello, I'm sorry I'm late. Oh my gosh, it's just been crazy here. Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Megan Maria, I'm your Chalk Couture independent designer, and we are going to upcycle a lampshade today. I hope. I have no idea if it's gonna work. I've never done it. I've seen people do it. I'm curious about it. And I got challenged by my Chalk sisters. So I'm very fortunate to be part of an amazing group of chalkers that we meet on Thursdays every week, and we talk about different things to do. So we did this little challenge of what kind of unique surfaces and different things could you do with a pattern transfer. So we have been using patterns quite a bit lately together, and I'm like, oh, I got this, I got a bunch of different ones, and they're like, no, you gotta do something new. We've seen what you've done. I'm like, ugh, okay, so we need to create something new with a pattern so that I can challenge or be part of this challenge with my Chalk sisters, and then you guys get to vote on how you think we did, or who do you think, you know, did the best job with different types of transfers. So that's what we're doing tonight. We are going to look at this adorable lamp that I bought. I mean, come on, isn't it just the cutest? My phone is talking to me and I need it to stop. Okay, sorry. Isn't it just the cutest, most adorable little lamp? It was 10 bucks at Target, and it's so cute. I mean, it's the Goldie Brass, which, you know, is coming back in style. So we're gonna take a super cute little lampshade, which is very secure, so that you get the right lampshade. So it's got this super cute little lampshade, and it is, hopefully you can see the fiber-ish. It is a little textured, so I am a little worried about that as far as bleeding goes. We're gonna give it a try. We're gonna do the modern floral, no wait, that's not what this is called. The brush floral pattern on it, because I was thinking it'll go almost all the way around the lampshade. Almost exactly all the way around the lampshade. So I don't have to pick up a pattern and move it around, because I'm not very good at lining them up when I do that. So that's what we're doing. We're going to take this super cute little lampshade for this very adorable little lamp, and we're going to upcycle it with a pattern. That's my plan. So I'm Megan Maria. I'm your Chalk Couture independent designer. I'm going to teach you tonight how to use this amazing product. We make adhesive silkscreen transfers, Chalkology paste, couture ink, surfaces that you can create on, and accessories to make chalking super easy and super fun. Anybody can do this. Absolutely, positively anybody. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's that simple, and trust me, if I can do it, anybody can, especially on a day like today. So in the last 2 days, I have power washed for hours and moved 10 yards of mulch. So I'm a little tired. My kids are a little tired, and we're ready to do some chalking. So if I can do that, after being outside all that, I mean, it's been gorgeous here in Wisconsin. We've had amazing weather. We don't usually have this nice of weather. So we have literally been outside for days. They went to school today, so I power washed and moved mulch without them until they came home, which they were so excited that I met them when they got off of the bus. And I'm like, guess what we're doing? I didn't really think we were going to get all 10 yards moved, but then my husband came home. And it's amazing how much faster they work for him than they work for me. Does anybody else have that? Hello, Miss Fancy Nancy. How are you doing tonight? I'm glad you are joining us. All right, so brush floral script, right? Brush floral pattern, lampshade. I could turn the cameras on. It'd be so much easier. You could see what I was doing, right? All right, so we're gonna take the transfer, and I think we're gonna do like, because that's part of the problem, is which part of the transfer to use. So when you have something obviously that's smaller than the transfer itself, you can do a couple things. You can cut the transfer if it's kind of the sole purpose that you have for that transfer. I don't like to cut my transfers unless it's a pattern not like this one. So if it's mini buffalo plaid, I have no problem cutting that one. If it's herringbone, polka dots, you know, some of those where it's a very busy pattern, the country woven plaid, you know, there's a couple of them that cut very nicely and they're very easy to repeat. Something like this is really challenging to cut because you're only going to get pieces of the flowers. It would still be pretty, but I'm not, so for that purpose, I'm not going to cut it. It's just now I need to decide where to place it so I maximize my amount of floral ability. And I think I need to go in this kind of general area. My pattern isn't going to meet, I don't think, if I do it. So let's see. I don't know if it'll match up. So once oh, it does. Huh. They've gotten so smart with these. Look at that. It matches up. Well, that is a game changer right there. Except it's a little too... Oh, and you know the other problem is my lampshade is tapered slightly. Just slightly it's tapered. So you have this like little 1/4 inch on each one. So I'm going to lose about a 1/2 inch of my pattern. And it's a tight fit as it is when I go around it. So, and it's tapered. So it's really not going to matter if it lines up or not. Because it's not going to line up no matter what I do. So we're just going for it. And you know what? We're going to make the seam where the seam is, and that's the back of the lamp. Nobody's going to see it anyway. It's not going to be perfect. And again, I've never done this. So I kind of have a couple things stacked against me right now. I've never done this. I've not ever watched a video of anybody doing this. I've seen pictures of people that have created this. My lampshade is tapered, and it's a slightly textured fabric. So, yeah, this could be an epic fail. I can't even get my transfer. Oh my goodness, I can't even get my transfer off of the backer sheet. My husband's like, you're really going to do a live? He's like, I came home at 5 o'clock and I'm exhausted. I can't imagine. And I've been out there for 2 days. And I'm like, yeah, no, I need to go see my friends. I haven't seen my, ooh, this bad boy is sticky. Whew, which is gonna, that's a good thing. Oh, is this a new one? This is a brand new one. This is not mine. Oh well, we're gonna use it because I've taken it off its backer sheet. I didn't realize this was a brand new one. This is one of my inventory ones. This is not mine. Okay, well, you know, live and learn, Maria. Pay attention. Don't you just want to say that to me sometimes? Pay attention, Maria. Because you can tell, like, this bad boy is super sticky. Be very careful when your transfers do that. Oh yeah, this bad boy is sticky. Now we're putting him on fabric, so I'm not worried about the fact that he's sticky. We want him to be sticky. It's again about lining up where we put it so that we maximize our seam. I want my seam where my seam goes. And I want to maximize my flower ability. It's sticking to everything. I wish I had realized this guy was brand new. Alright, so I'm going to end up, this is going to be an epic fail right here. I should cut it, but I'm not going to. Because now that, especially now that I realize it's brand new, I don't want to cut it. Alright, so I'm going to stick my transfer on and make sure I've got air because, again, it's tapered. So I'm going to roll it more carefully, not getting any air. Hopefully. Ah, don't do that. So this brand new transfer, this might be its only project. I should cut it. I know I keep saying that because this keeps happening. See? nothing else, by watching these videos, you learn exactly what not to do. All right, so I am sealing it. Again, I have things that are going to work against me here. The tapering is going to work against me. The stickiness and the texture. Okay, so what I'm doing, and I have my seam, so that's going to be like a bump in my rope, but I have very few silk screens on my line, but I do have 3 bumps that are going to go over my line. Guaranteed I will get a blob or a bleed there. But again, it's the back of the lampshade, so I'm not worried about that. So this is a very fun way to kind of zhuzh up something, but I would recommend, you know, cutting your transfer to the size of your lampshade, or not having a tapered lampshade. That would help you as well. If it wasn't tapered. But using a smaller transfer would help as well. Because now it's stuck to my arm. Oh, this is going to be one of those nights, people. All right. We're just going for it. And I'm doing black because I think the gold of the base of the lamp and the black will look very nice together. The cord's black too, so not that you're going to see the cord, but all right, we're going for it. We're just going to use plain old black velvet, which is a very, very pretty black. It's very deep black. I need a drink. I'm almost out of this one, so it's time to open up a new one, which I'm so excited about because it will be the Creamy Dreamy new formula. I'm trying to use up all my paste so I can have that. So I'm giving it a stir. If it doesn't work, I will go buy a new lampshade and put it on my cute little lamp. But you know, sometimes you gotta live on the edge and you gotta try something new. You can't just do the same thing all the time. And my Chalk sisters challenged me. So if they're gonna challenge me, man, I am up for it. And some of them have started posting their pictures of what they're doing. And that Donna, man, whoo, she did some really cute things. So I gotta up my game here. So the other problem that I'm gonna have here is it's round, right? So it's gonna roll around. So I'm trying to hold on to it. I don't want my chalk paste to dry. Hey, Nevada Nicole, welcome. We're being entertained, Nicole, by the craziness of trying to do a lampshade where the transfer is too big, it's brand new. I didn't realize it was a brand new transfer. I thought it was my transfer. Okay, so I'm on that line where I know I'm gonna end up with a bump because it's 2 different levels, so there's no way for me to, you know, really get a secure seal on my transfer there because of the bump. The other problem I'm going to have is my chalk paste is going to dry. So I need to speed up my process, which is not easy to do on this. Because of the fabric, it's absorbing. When you chalk on fabric, it dries even faster because the fabric absorbs the chalk. And I am going to paste and peel, which should be really interesting, right? So it looks cool. It's going to be a hot mess. Okay, this looks amazing. Holy cow. So see what I've got so far? I don't want to go too far. There's no way I'm not going to ruin this transfer. And I now have black chalk paste all over my fingers and my board. So I'm going to take a quick moment here because I have chalk on my board. I don't want that on my lampshade. So I need to make sure that my surface is clean. I need to make sure that my fingers are clean as well because I'm touching the fabric on the inside. And I don't want to... It's hard for me to tell the dirt from the mulch for the dirt of my chalk paste. Okay. All right, so... I would prefer to not be pasting and peeling just because the more you paste and peel, the more you touch your surface, and then this happens. this through. Transfer is sticking to itself. I need to lay it back down, but I need to knock the chalk paste all over. It does look cool, doesn't it, Nicole? It'll look even more cool if I can accomplish it without messing it up on the other side. Now that I've peeled it, obviously, the moral to the story is cut your transfer, people. Give up and just cut it. Because this is going to be a hot mess. So I'm going to lay it back down, but it's rolling as I'm trying to lay it back down. Okay. I'm wiping off my fingers as I go. I'm going to just give up on the fact that that is stuck to itself and take it to the sink to get it fixed in a minute. Okay. I got my hand on the inside sticking to me. All right. We can continue. Okay, so this is the big guy. So I kind of feel like my hand is in a cone. Yeah, the other thing you have to be very careful of is not, you know how you can sometimes dent the lampshade? I don't know if anybody else has ever done that, but I have done that when I've dusted off lampshades or vacuumed them. I don't know, do people still vacuum their lampshades? I do. But I'm kind of weird, clearly. I know, you're also so surprised by the fact that I'm kind of weird. So I think what we're going to try now is not pasting and peeling and seeing how this goes. Because this is the big flower and I don't want to mess up the big flower. But I also don't want my chalk paste to dry. So I'm going to show you a trick I've done when I don't want my chalk paste to dry. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, we're almost to the end. I didn't think we were that close to the end. I purposely picked a smaller lampshade for two reasons. Number one, I didn't want to have to cut the transfer, which we've already established, cut the transfer. But I also wanted it to just be not something that I had to line up the repeating pattern on. So you just got this little bit over here to get. So I could have also used ink. Ink would have been a little more forgiving and it would have given me more time. I wouldn't have to seal the ink. You know, it's not like I would have to iron my lampshade because you're not going to wash your lampshade. You can use ink on fabric and not seal it, and it's just like everything, as long as you don't wash it, you'll be fine. All right, we're taking it off, and then I have to try to figure out how to deal with my transfer. Okay, this is so cool. So I just have that little bit of negative space back by the seam, but look how cool that is. Okay, so I'm going to set it aside while I attempt to figure out this mess. Oh, yeah, so just gently pull. So when this happens to your transfer, what you could potentially do is rip the transfer. You'll know right away because you'll see it creates little holes. It used to be a much bigger issue with our previous stickiness. This bad boy is brand new, so he is super sticky. They've, you know, played with it and changed things, and it's not as bad as it used to be. But it used to be if you did this to a transfer, you could throw it away. I have not had to throw a transfer away that I did this to in a very long time. You can run it underwater, cold water, as you're pulling it apart. That also can help. The key is just don't, you know, you don't want to stretch your transfer and you don't want to put a hole in it. So I'm just slowly and methodically pulling it apart. Being very careful. And of course, I'm getting chalk paste everywhere because it's full of chalk paste. And it's black chalk paste. So when you have See, and almost there. Now we just got to go back to this part that we did. All right. We're almost there. So, whew, transfer is saved. Sticky side up behind me. Huge mess on my table. Good, you know, isn't it awesome that chalk paste is washable? And I can just go. This is what happens because I'm messy. That is the best part about chalk paste being washable, is it just washes off of everything. I can get it on my clothes. I can get it all over my work surface. Get it all over me. And it washes off. I will show you our super cute lampshade here in just a second, but I can't touch it yet. Thank you, Miss Fancy Nancy. Yeah, we got the transfer apart. So when you have chalk paste all over you, don't touch your fabric because it's not going to wash off. It's the same thing with ink. You just have to be careful. And again, I'm having a hard time figuring out, are my hands dirty from the mulch? But I would have cried if that happened to my transfer, Nancy. Nancy, one time I did almost, and I think I was live. I was live. Oh yeah. So there's a flower one. I don't even remember. I mean, I have it all over my house. We've created with it several times. Right now it's on my screen and porch. But there's a flower market one. It's a C-size transfer. It's half of a C-size. And I waited and waited and waited for this transfer. It was like the one I couldn't wait to possibly get. And I ruined it. And I could have cried. All right, so here's our super cute little lampshade. Again, we just have that little bit of space. And I could take a paintbrush if I wanted to and connect them. But because it's on the back, I'm not worried about it. This is the brush floral script. We have this super cute little lamp that it's gonna, oh my gosh. Look at how cute this is. Ah, isn't it adorable? Okay, this is even cuter than I thought it was gonna be. So it's just got this fun little, and I could play, like there seems to be a space here, and it's because, again, how we only used one small portion of the transfer. I could add things, but I don't really want to. Nicole would have cried too, Nancy. Okay, that's funny. I have cried. Mini buffalo plaid. That's the other one. Brand new mini buffalo plaid. I ruined it. But that was a long time ago. Haven't done it in a while. So this is our super fun lampshade. So you can chalk on anything. So we just, again, have that little bit of space. Would be super easy to take a paintbrush and line them up. Or take the transfer and line it back up and redo it, but I'd have to wash the transfer. So that's our super fun project. I'm making Maria. I am your Chalk Couture independent designer. Thank you for hanging out with me. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh, I really kind of in love with the lamp too. I'm actually I think I'm gonna put it back here behind me so that I need more light in here. Nicole says she doesn't think I need to add anything. I don't think I need to either. I love the simplicity of it. This is one of my favorite pattern transfers, but it needs a bigger, it needs a surface where you can have that brushy look. The other thing that people are doing is they're watercoloring this transfer. So they're taking, that's another technique that you can use with your chalk paste where you do your outline, and then you water down your chalk and you take a paintbrush and you watercolor it in. People are doing that. You can do that with ink. And you can do that with chalk. And so some people have done it on like jean jackets and then watercolored in, painted in the colors, and it's amazing. So this is if you like the watercolor technique, this is a really, really fun transfer to watercolor with because there's so much beautiful big flowers on it. So it gives you a lot of opportunity, and it's got the leaves to it. So it's got the foliage, and then it's got the blooms, so you can have a lot of fun watercoloring. But I absolutely love this transfer. It makes beautiful pillows. It makes amazing canvas bags, lampshades. boards, so like a tray, like we did with the country tile. I just think there's so many fun uses for the patterns, which is why my Chalk sisters and I are doing the pattern challenge. There's just so many different ways to use a pattern. And sometimes you don't want another sign that has words on it. Sometimes you want a sign that is just cool, that has some, architectural interest, things like that. So this is our super fun little transfer. This is our super fun little lampshade that we did with the brush floral transfer. Whew, I can get those words out. Oh my gosh, I gotta go to bed, people. No more mulch. Although, yeah, we moved 10 yards, we still need 5 more. But it's better. Last year we did 40 yards, so I got him down substantially from what we normally move, so I'm not complaining that we only did 10. But yeah, 40 yards is a lot of work. So I'm making progress in we don't need that much mulch. I'm rambling. We all know what that means when Maria rambles. It's time to end our fun time together. So I'm making Maria. I'm your Chalk Couture independent designer. If you want to check out any of these amazing products, you can go right to www.chalkcouture.com/Making Maria. This is a brush floral script. If you're not in the Making Maria crafty community, that's where you want to be because the fun stuff happens in there. So you can comment, add me, or message me, and I'd be happy to send you the link. It's a free little community, crafting community, so come on and join us and have some fun with us. That's all I got. I'll take a picture of this in the morning. It is a lot, Nicole. And we need every single one of the 40 yards. This year, my husband, who is, my children will tell you, he's the mulch man. He likes to move mulch. This year, I convinced him that, maybe we could just do brighten up the color. We don't need another 40 yards of mulch. And I was like shocked when he's like, well, let's just get 10 then. And then I said to him today, he's like, well, it's not enough. We need another 5 yards. I'm like, okay, hey, I can get 5 more yards. I'm cool with that because it's a lot better than 40. Oh, well. I hope you all have an amazing Wednesday, and I will be back at you tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging out with me. See ya.